Okay guys, hello, today I'm back and I want to talk about the technological trafficking stock market. I believe that there is a stock market on the dark web, whether it's a commodities market as in human commodities. I don't just think it's a bunch of criminals doing this and without some sort of market and without some sort of market capitalization. I believe that there is an actual illegal black market, stock market exchange for human commodities. Human commodities. And that includes, I don't just think it's just corporations, deep web, dark web, regular internet. I think somewhere on the dark web or on the deep web, but I think more so the dark web, there are actual illegal stock market programs for human commodities who are implanted with these devices. And the reason why I say that is because there's one doctor alone, whose family works with Microsoft in India. There's another doctor, a set of doctors in Australia, and I believe these Australian doctors also work with Microsoft. And this particular doctor who resides in the United States and where he works is 100 Chapel Street, North Carolina. I believe that they are part of the illegal stock market. It's a black stock market exchange on the dark web that facilitates the kidnapping, the buying, and the selling or trading of human beings with tech devices in them on these illegal black markets. I don't think it's just you go out and you send scouts, you bring them in these programs, you implant them, and you make money. The reason why I say that is because the kind of monies that this one doctor net profited in 1 year tells me that somewhere there is an actual currency exchange, commodity exchange, human beings, but they don't classify the human as a human. I think they classify the human as some type of commodity or some type of machinery, okay? Because once you have these, let me give you an example. A human being is born without these tech devices. When you put a tech device in a person, legally, the person is no longer human. The person is a machine. They're part human, part machine, part human, part computer. So the human laws, and this is why victims are finding it so hard to get out of these programs when they're implanted, and it's so difficult for them to find doctors, because they go after the doctors. It's because human beings are no longer classified as humans once they have these tech devices in them. With that, I'm going to say this. I don't give a fuck what you put inside of me. I never gave you consent to do this. I never gave up my humanity. I never turned over my power of attorney to anyone. And I've never turned over my humanity to no entity, whether it's a so-called God, or no human being, or no federal agency, or sure as hell, no one who's a child of the devil, or anyone who is in a tech company or whatever. I believe they use the loopholes in the law because a human being does not have these devices in them. Once a human being has these devices in them, the human is no longer considered humans because human beings are born without tech devices inside of them. They are considered part machine, okay? And I strongly believe that on the dark web, there are actual markets, like the stock market, okay? Like the stock market, where you trade in the buying and selling of humans. But the reason why they can get away with it is because a human being is someone who is not born with tech devices in them. Once they're born with a tech device, once a tech device is put inside of them, they are no longer classified as a human. They're either classified as a slave. There are documents showing this. They're classified as machinery, because human beings are not born with these devices in them. And this is what makes it very difficult for the person to get the devices out, because the market is so huge. And the reason why I say that is because there's one doctor in the US who is part of the helm of this, and he net profited, and I spoke about this in a previous video, he net profited 430 billion US dollars in 1 year. Now think about that for a second. Putting these devices in a person, how many people are implanted if he's net profiting 430 billion, and that's one person, one company, 430 billion, and his company is set up to put these devices inside of people. If one company is net profiting $430 billion a year, it tells you, that should tell you that there is not just an actual market for the buying and selling of human beings, but there's an actual market for the trading of human beings. Which goes back to my original point that I made to you a while ago. Those of you who are in this program, you are worth a lot of money. Because if one doctor can net profit $430 billion, and we don't know how many doctors there are out there who are doing this. Okay, we know that there are over 100 universities doing this. We know that the tech companies and the tech industries with trillions of dollars, and they're doing this. Okay, it tells you that either on the actual stock markets or a black stock market, they actually are buying and selling human bodies with these devices in them. Okay, so we need to be aware that there is an actual market, and this is why, because of that market, this is why it's so difficult for people to get these devices removed. Because of the types of cash flows, the type of money, the amount, of money coming in and monies exchanging hands. Now, when a person is also implanted with these devices, not only are they not considered human, and this explains why the law does not treat you as a civilian. Okay, because you no longer are considered human. And this is another loophole why when you go to the police who know about this, they don't help you. This is why when you go to the hospital refuses to look at the implants and they don't help you. You know why? Because you're not considered 100% human, and these laws, human rights laws, apply to people who are 100% human. Not people who are part human, part machine. You get it? So this is why when you go to police and you tell them about this, they immediately say you're mentally insane. This is why when you go to the hospitals with your MRIs and your X-rays and you show them the biomedical devices, they claim that you're insane, or they don't remove it. Because the laws apply to human beings, not to people who they consider machinery or they consider hybrids, even though the person is complaining that they did not give their consent for this to happen. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't get these devices removed. You can. But understand why. You have to understand there is an actual stock market trading. And we have to find this market. Not only that, in the patent office, when the patents on the actual devices are made and they place the patent into the person, these devils go back to the patent office and then patent the person with the devices in them. Okay? Which tells you the person who holds the patent on the devices also owns your body without your consent. So you need to be aware of that. Okay? So keep in mind that there is a technological trafficking stock market, and we have to find where this stock market is. We have to find the classifications for it. I'm not joking. And I'm not a Christian, I don't follow the Bible, but it reminds me of Revelation 18 when the judgment on Babylon came down. One of the judgments on this Babylon, okay, stated that they traded in buying and selling of human souls. And this is Revelation. This is the end of the book, people. Okay? And I'm not a Christian, and I don't purport Christianity, but it tells you something. And that scripture right there told me, wait, there's an actual stock market for this. Either it's in the New York Stock Exchange, the London Stock Exchange, or some stock exchange. If it's not on the above ground stock exchange, it has to be on a black market stock exchange. Because the kinds of capitalization that these people are making, they're not just making this kind of money off of government funding. They're making the money out of the actual application that's in you. Because the patents are not dormant in the patent office. They're called active patents, meaning that the patents are in use. Okay? And the patents are in the person's body, and the person is alive and giving them back information as to how these actual systems work in the body. It's an active patent. So one of the things we need to find out is, where is this stock market for the buying and trading of technologically trafficked individuals? Where is it? Is it an above ground market? Or is it a black stock market exchange? Okay? I don't think it's just they send out people, they hone in on someone, they send out people to befriend them, implant them, throw them into this program. The kinds of money that's being exchanged in this type of industry, it tells me it's an active industry. It tells me the buyers and the sellers, the people who trade in hooking humans up into this fucked up demonic program, it tells me that there's an actual market, which means there are buyers and sellers in this market. Okay? I'm putting out information. Luckily, I don't fear for my life because I told them already. You get me, I get you. I have no fear. I told them, you get me, I get you. I have no peace, you have no peace. Because you will not do this to me and get away with it. I don't give a fuck who you are. You will not do this to me and get away with it. Okay? So be aware. Be aware. Because some of you may come across information that will lead you down the rabbit hole. And you may find information that leads you to this actual commodities market. It might be a commodities market. Who knows? Okay? It might be hidden in some of these corporate stocks. It might be above ground stock market. It might be a black market up. So keep your eyes and your ear out, because I have a strong feeling that there's an actual stock market program where they buy and they sell human beings that they have no longer classified as human beings, who do not fall under the jurisdiction of human rights laws because the human rights laws do not apply to people with tech devices in them. And once you have tech devices in you, like GPS trackers, like RFID trackers, like wireless body area networks, like body area networks, you are no longer considered 100% human. Therefore, the laws that apply to human beings do not apply to you. Get the revelation of what I'm telling you. Okay? Have a good day. So in your research, you never know, you may come across information that may bring light to you as to where this technological trafficking stock market is. Okay? Like, share, and subscribe to this video. Have a great day.